we can't afford it. We can't afford it. We're going to go broke. I don't know where we're going to live or how we're going to live. Maybe I can give it away for pennies on the dollar.
The position you're in, what do you do?
Pray.
Things have gone from bad to worse for the condo market in Florida. Condo living has always had its challenges with a lack of privacy, restrictive HOA rules, shared amenities, and in the past the benefits of condo living had still outweighed those negatives. But now when you combine rampant inflation, an insurance market riddled with fraud and litigation, and then mix in six-figure special assessments, you have a perfect storm that's tanking property values and leaving homeowners with a very uncertain financial future.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
This situation did spiral extremely quickly, and that's why I thought we should talk about it. As a Florida native and as a real estate agent who helps people all across the state, this situation is going to impact tons of people. And whether you're buying, selling, or just curious about the Florida market, you're definitely in the right spot to learn exactly what's going on.
Your total's $257.84.
Inflation isn't just hitting everybody at the grocery store, it's also driving up the cost of essential services and materials that keep a community running smoothly. Landscaping, pool maintenance, staff wages, and even everyday items like light bulbs have all become significantly more expensive. The same goes for materials needed for repairs and upkeep, such as lumber, paint, and roofing supplies. These rising costs are putting a major strain on HOA budgets, forcing them to pass on increased fees to homeowners.
Florida's condo market is really taking a hit these days, and insurance very well may be to blame.
The burden on HOAs has also been made worse by the rising cost of master insurance policies, which cover the building structure and common areas. Florida's susceptibility to natural disasters like hurricanes and floods have driven these premiums up to historic levels, forcing associations to pass on the increased costs to homeowners through higher fees. Adding to some of these challenges, some HOAs are also dealing with financial mismanagement, including poor planning, inadequate reserve funds, or even fraud.
Everyone is just cheering, so happy because they dismantled their HOA that they say was stealing millions of dollars from the folks that live here.
Meanwhile, individual condo owners are facing their own insurance crisis. Florida's 2024 condo insurance market is a minefield for homeowners, with premiums for personal policies soaring to astronomical heights due to rampant fraud, frivolous lawsuits, and excessive litigation. Unscrupulous contractors exploiting homeowners with schemes promising free roof replacements and kickbacks led to unnecessary claims and costly legal battles. This, coupled with Florida's litigious environment, has caused insurers to raise rates to cover for legal fees and payouts, sometimes tripling premiums in just a few years. Consequently, several insurance companies have gone bankrupt or abandoned the Florida market altogether, leaving those remaining with significant pricing power.
From 2019, it's tripled.
He showed us the paperwork from $1,260 in 2019 to his quote this year, $4,700.
A couple $1,000s a year is a lot. $4,000 a year is way too much.
Especially for people like Howard, who's in his early 80s, retired and on a fixed income.
These skyrocketing insurance costs for individual owners, combined with the increased HOA fees, are significantly impacting the affordability of condo ownership in Florida, especially for retirees on fixed incomes.
A new Florida law enacted after the 2021 collapse of the Champlain Towers in Surfside mandates increased building inspections and reserve funding for condo buildings. The rules come with a hefty price tag for owners of older buildings.
Beyond the insurance crisis, the physical state of many condos adds another layer of financial burden. The tragic building collapse at Surfside exposed a harsh truth about Florida's condo market. Many aging buildings were dangerously underfunded and neglected. In response, the state enacted sweeping reforms requiring stricter inspections and more robust financial reserves to prevent future tragedies.
State Senator Jason Pizzo, who represents Surfside, introduced a bill calling for statewide condo inspections.
There are 4.5 million condos in Florida, and we need to make sure this doesn't happen again.
However, these reforms triggered a wave of crippling special assessments for condo owners across Florida, often amounting in tens and even hundreds of thousands of dollars per unit.
The total assessment for the apartment we're sitting in is what?
Approximately $224,000.
When you say that number, can you believe it?
No, not at all.
These assessments to address deferred maintenance, structural deficiencies, and safety upgrades have proven financially devastating for many, especially those on fixed incomes or with limited savings. In Miami-Dade County alone, hundreds of buildings are dealing with multi-million-dollar repairs, with some owners facing assessments that are exceeding the value of their unit, leading to forced sales or even foreclosures. Some desperate owners have resorted to taking out a second mortgage or even depleting their retirement saving just to cover these unexpected costs.
Greg Rabchak has lived at Regency Gardens condominiums in Orlando for 15 years.
No one saw this coming.
He and several other condo owners in this subdivision feel blindsided after receiving this notice. The Condominium Association has a shortfall of more than $17 million in its reserves. The notice reads, Florida law previously authorized chronic underfunding of its reserves, resulting in substantial shortfalls in times of need. Now, under state law, December 31st is the deadline for condo boards to show their financial reserves are fully funded for maintenance, inspections, and potential future repairs.
The December 31st, 2024 deadline is quickly approaching for these condos. By that date, all condo buildings over 3 stories must complete their milestone structural inspection and structural integrity reserve study. According to recent reports, only about 25% of Florida condos have adequately funded their reserves, which suggests the vast majority of condo associations have not fully complied with the structural inspection requirements. To make things even worse, failure to meet these requirements can result in severe penalties, including fines, personal liability for condo board members, and potential difficulty in securing insurance coverage. The combination of soaring cost, heightened risk, and the looming possibility of massive repair bills has had a ripple effect, and it's now impacting property value. This downward pressure is not just a consequence of rising expenses, but also a result of decreased demand. With all of these issues and an unknown future, it's pretty obvious why potential buyers would be hesitant about purchasing condos.
Do people have any idea what they are buying?
Many are actually turning towards single-family homes, townhomes, and rentals as a seemingly less risky alternative. That decrease in demand is driving down condo prices across the state, especially for older buildings facing major repairs. For existing owners, declining property values compound the financial strain caused by rising expenses, makes it harder to sell at a decent price. This is going to lead to a vicious cycle of desperate sellers and even lower prices. The once attractive benefits of condo living are now being overshadowed by financial risk and uncertainties.
I just want to lie on the beach and eat hot dogs. That's all I've ever wanted.
As condo prices drop, it may be enticing to buy one, but I would still suggest waiting until these deadlines pass to see which condos survive. Oh, you're still here. That must mean you're thinking about buying or selling a home here in Florida. What you should do is just give me a call. We can talk about it. I'm just here working.